Welcome back, everybody, to the Clashing Conferences podcast here with the NFC East crew. We got Randy representing the Cowboys. We got Greg and the
a great
Eagles.
editor who's going to do some wonderful editing this week.
Oh, who messed up already?
Don't worry about it.
We'll figure it out as we go. Probably going to be Paul representing the Redskins. He is usually our editing king, or reason for editing at least. Steven gets the credits as the producer, but Paul is most often the reason. We'll see how we do today. Let's start with a quick recap of week 7. We had Philadelphia Eagles winning a good one, 28-22 against Carson Wentz and them Vikings. We had Denver taking down the Giants in just a brutal loss for the Giants, 33-32 Broncos.
Terrible.
And then we had in the highest scoring game of the week, we had a big point output, getting Randy some points in our internal competition with Dallas winning an internal division game 44-22 over Paul's Commanders. In the internal competition, we had 3 categories. We had longest touchdown, which went to Philly, as predicted by Greg, with Devontae Smith, 79-yard touchdown. Most points went to Dallas, as predicted by Randy, 44 points, and also predicted by Randy, 5 touchdowns. You tied that one with the Giants this week. So we're getting 2 points for Dallas. We're getting 1 point for the Giants, 1 point for Philly. That puts us at 9 for Dallas for the year and leading.
Hold on a second. The Giants had 5 touchdowns
and only scored 32 points. Do the math.
So they missed 3 point afters.
They missed 3 conversions.
They stopped
going. A mix of things, but yeah, they missed 3.
What in the world? I thought they missed 1 or 2. And I do. Yeah, you're right. I knew they missed 2. 3 of them. Wow. How in the world
good.
do they score 12 points less than us and still have the same amount of touchdowns? And good Lord.
Yeah, they had 19. It was 19-0 at halftime, I think, or I don't know if it was halftime, but it started out 19-0.
They gave up
and then
33 points in the fourth quarter, Randy.
Yeah,
including
I watched the game.
Since we're talking about that this very second, because I don't want to talk about it too much. Anybody see Brian Burns crashing out?
I did not.
No, what happened?
Oh, walk into the locker room. He is just cursing up a storm.
He wasn't mad at him, though.
Couldn't wait to sniff his own farts. He was he was cursing about the defensive scheme. Like, F of the 8 men in the box. Just going nuts. And of course, the cameras caught every second of it. Like, he was going nuts.
So he's not a fan of the coaching.
No, but he walked it back today, just like all of the great hotheads do.
Well, I mean, I hear you, and it's all true, but still, you look at how frustrating it's got to be right now. The Giants are a field goal kicker away from 3 more wins this year.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think from what he was frustrated was they go in this zone prevent defense where they give a lot underneath, and Bo Nix proved that he's a decent quarterback and just stepped up in the pocket and throw. I'll give you my opinion later, but I think the Giants hit the Eagles and the Broncos at the perfect time, and we didn't fight back after we got punched in the mouth, and the Broncos did. So, yeah.
Well, what they did was what people used to do to Tom Brady, leave him a minute 38 or 2 minutes and 15 seconds and let him just pick you apart and do a 10 or 11 play, 87-second, run all the way down to kick a field goal and win. So stop doing anything different than what you were doing.
So, question for you guys. So, Giants had the ball at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal at the 1. Okay, 40 seconds on the clock. Denver had no timeouts left. They had to score a touchdown to take the lead. They couldn't, a field goal wouldn't have tied them up. They had to score a touchdown. They went in on 1st and goal and left 40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that was not smart, in my opinion, but that's what they did.
Would you really not try and do it, though? Think about, the Giants had a timeout. Would you really not try and get a touchdown?
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you don't run it in and you lose the game because of that, the coach is gone before you hit the plane on the way home.
You could even kneel the ball right there and let Scadaboo. I mean, like, there's no one that's going to sacrifice his life more than Scadaboo. Like, I would right now, I would take him almost more than Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line, because he's going to not just lead with his head, he's going to lunge and dive with his head. So I mean, did anybody see the touchdown that he scored? He buried his head and like slammed into some guy head first, 2 yards into the end zone, like after he got the touchdown. Like, so unnecessary.
But like, besides those 3 missed field goals or whatever, that play right there to me is bad coaching. I don't know.
I think
40 seconds left.
We
Go ahead.
all have agreed that the Giants have bad coaching. I think Daniel Jones is the biggest reason that you'll see that. I mean, he's went from literally the butt of every single media outlet's jokes to now number 2 in, because I guess after Baker kind of blew it yesterday, number 2 in MVP rankings after it's been 9 months.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I
mean, they can't do anything right, and they're going to hurt one of these kids. They're going to hurt one of them or both of them. They're both going to have the greatest 7-game run you've ever seen. It's going to be great.
It was interesting to watch that ride unfold, and what I mean by that is getting beat the week before and just watching the texts come in and in and in and in. And Jackson Dart is the greatest quarterback in the NFC East. Cam Scadaboo is the best running back. That's why we got rid of Barkley, to get someone that's better than him, like him. And it just went on and on and on all week. And then
insert the new Kyle gif from that one.
Yeah. And then as the game went on, it just kept pouring in. And I'm like, wow, how great would it be if Denver came back and won this game? You better be careful. Oh, we got this game in the bag. Multiple people. And it couldn't have.
Was it multiple people
better.
or is it just one?
No, it was one, but there was a couple of different people.
There's a comment in the chat reminding us that Patty said Scadaboo was going to have a really good 4-year career.
I had someone from New Jersey texting me. I had someone from Lancaster County texting me. They come from all over the place now. And, just be careful. Just be careful. It's not over yet. This game's in the bag. We got this one. It's over. It's over. And then just to watch it unfold, and then the silence comes out, and it's great. I love it. So.
Well, did you check on all those fans to make sure they're still okay?
They seem okay. They seem like actually.
Honest, again,
no, that's all you need to say. No, we don't talk about it anymore. Screw them otherwise.
Optimistic. I mean, again, how can you not be again, a field goal kicker away from being a 1-loss team right now? Like, literally. Not that's without Dart. Some of those games were without Dart. They were with Wilson.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this spins for them. And that's what I was saying. How do they handle adversity? So every game that they've been in, they're like, oh, they're a 1-win team. They're just not good. And then they come out and punch you in the mouth. Now that teams are ready for them and know that, they're fighting for something, it's going to be interesting to see. Denver came back from Europe, and I think they have actually, who do they have this week? I think Denver has
Dallas.
So they're looking forward to Dallas. So it's like they're just like, oh, they're a 2-4 team. We can forget about them. And they're young and they're hungry and they want to win. And that was kind of like the message, like, you got to get punched back in the mouth. Like Tyson always said, you don't know what you're going to do till you get punched in the mouth. And that's what happened. They punched us in the face and we didn't react. And now coming into next week, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'm excited about next week, but let's talk about last week more. Kind of going into the Eagles game, Mike.
Good
if you don't
segue.
mind,
look at you.
I'm going to just cruise right into this.
Yeah.
That was the most coherent and level-headed Giants talk we've ever had. I was going to let it go forever.
No, it can't go forever. It is what it is. I'm telling you, they're young, they're hungry, and they're not going to get more than 6 wins though. And I think we all on this podcast predicted under 6 wins. There was somebody that one day said over 10 and make it into the playoffs, but we'll let that slide. But back to our game, I think, last year, I think it was the game. I think this year is different than last year. And what I mean by that is last year we ran the ball to open up the pass. And I think this year it's almost the exact opposite, where we need to pass the ball to open up the run. And last week kind of proved that, where I think Jalen threw the ball 23 times. He had a perfect QBR or QB rating, whatever you want to call it, and threw for 320
We're still
something.
not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure what it is. Okay.
But Greg, how many rushing yards did you have?
It doesn't matter how many rushing yards we
I'm
had.
just saying you didn't really open up the run.
We didn't have to open up the run.
I can answer that one because it cost somebody dearly in one of my little competitions this week. He had -10 rushing yards.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah. I'm not worried about that. Are you talking about our offense in general, Randy?
No, what I'm saying is you said that your pass had opened up the run, but you never really opened up the run.
Well, we didn't have to open up the run because we were so successful passing the ball. I think now teams are going to. My point is, all year they've been putting 6, 7, 8 in the box, daring us to throw the ball. And what are we doing? We're running the ball. Your offense needs to predicate and be dictated by the defense that it's showing. That's my point.
Sure.
So if teams are going to come down in the box to force you to throw the ball, you throw it at them. I mean, you can't. That's just what you have to do. And the thing that was different this week is our looks that we were showing. If we're seeing single high safety and they're showing man, we're probably going to either run the ball or play action on that. And we were using those same formations in offense, but switching the plays up. And Smitty went in at halftime and said, listen, if I'm single covered and the safety's on the other side, throw it up. I'm going to catch that ball. And that's what we did. We had a look where 9 times out of 10, Barkley's going to run off the right tackle. We did that same formation, but instead of doing that, we did a play action and threw the ball deep. And I think that was the difference this week. I think we took what the defense gave us and we let it go.
I mean, I still think, though, Greg, like, you guys all year long have not effectively ran the ball. And this week was, I think, one of the best examples of that. I still think you barely beat Minnesota. I mean, that was a fairly close game. I'm not saying that you
I love it.
you shouldn't have won that game.
Hawkinson was robbed. But
it touched the ground and it was moving.
Forget about that. I'm saying you won by 6 points. Again, another 1-score lead from you guys.
Because we gave up a touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah, but they gave up one at the end too. I'm just
no, they didn't.
Yeah,
we should have scored at the end of the game. We won by 6. AJ Brown had a touchdown and he chose to fall down. And we didn't need to score.
Sure. Again, I feel like you.
So if we win by 10, does it make you feel better?
I feel like you have the same struggles you've had all year. You just had some lucky passes for touchdowns.
You can keep bringing this narrative up. Like when we beat Tampa Bay wasn't good. Tampa Bay's 5-2.
I never said
we
Tampa
went
Bay
into
wasn't
Kansas
good.
City in Arrowhead. It's called Kansas City, not Kansas. We went in and we put an ass whooping on the Chiefs. And Kansas City's not good this year. Like, what is it? You can't have both ways.
Listen, I never said that Tampa Bay wasn't good. I'm just saying another week
we
goes
got lucky,
by
you said.
where you guys can't run the ball, and you had some lucky passes that got you to go up. Your first drive that got you a touchdown, you had tush pushes, you had fakes. I mean, he pulled out all the stops to get an early lead in that game. My only point
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Well, yeah, to some extent, but like one play goes wrong and you guys probably aren't winning that game. There was 2 4th-down conversions on the first drive. Like, I get it. That's nice. You can do it, but you're not dominating teams and you're not running the ball effectively. I still think there's a fundamental problem.
Did we dominate teams last year?
Last year, absolutely. We're a different team last year.
We did not dominate teams last year.
You guys
look at the first 7 weeks of the season and we were 4-3.
First 4. That was after the bye. You guys were unbelievable all year long.
Look it up. You've been singing this song for 3 years now.
You guys,
we've been to 3 Super Bowls.
You guys literally are at half the rushing yards on average than you were last year. Half the rushing yards.
And I'm okay. That's fine. We're 5-2. I'm okay with that.
Listen, this is what we talked about, Gray. You're 5-2. This is what we talked about 2 years ago. Yes, you're winning games, but the fundamentals
Jalen
are
can't
not
do
there.
this. Jalen can't do that. Jalen goes out, has a perfect game, 3 touchdowns, 323, and you're like, oh, that you still can't run the ball.
Listen, it's more than just a couple of lucky deep balls that padded
lucky
his stats.
Deep balls.
Padded
Get
his
the
stats.
hell out of here.
You know it's true.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, keep on talking about. There's another game you haven't talked about.
Yeah,
yet.
Greg, you can't argue with the guy. He said something. Well, I don't even remember what it was, but he said some point there. I never said that. Well, you can't argue with the guy who got the quote of the week for last week when he said it could be the G-men that make the playoffs.
Oh, Randy.
Kicker
and
short.
I hate to almost sing and give him praise, but we all know what it is. It's October and November, which means Dallas is going to be good. When it's December and January, we know what happens. Dallas sucks. We all know that. It happens every year. It's actually been happening since 1997. It's just reality. It's the facts of life. Dak Prescott will have a great October and an unbelievable November. Set that in stone, and you'll be talking about him being an MVP candidate. And then when December comes around, and we may not make the playoffs, or he got hurt, or something else, and that's fine. But we'll talk about Dallas later. But
talk about it now.
I'm going to. Let me just finish real quick with the Eagles. So I think holding the best receiver in the NFL to 80 yards and no touchdowns, I think is pretty. His name's Justin Jefferson.
I
Randy.
would not call him the best receiver in the NFL right now.
You wouldn't call him the best receiver in the NFL.
No.
Him or Jamar Chase, you pick.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb's top 3. I give him that. But I mean, let's not say Justin Jefferson is Ricky Prohl.
I mean, again, you got what? Freaking Pop Rivers throwing him the football. I mean, come on, dude. Yes, you held, everybody's held Justin Jefferson this year. That's not
no, that's not true.
Again, when has Justin Jefferson got off this year?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll look at those stats. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. I don't want to bring up the stats right now, but we'll come back to that.
Of course you don't.
Yeah, I'll come back to that, I promise. But I thought our defense looked good, and we'll see what happens. We got some guys on IR that are coming back. Bennett from Oakland, who's going to be that extra cornerback that we need. Edge rusher Nolan Smith is going to come back soon. And we re-signed Brandon Graham. How can we not be excited about this?
Isn't he 68 years old?
He's pretty old. But I have a theory on
some talk last week. We talked about you signing what was it, a DJ or
I think that this is what's happening.
DGGG, whatever Paul said, and you got a BG instead.
GJ. I think this is what's happening.
You got a BG.
I think we are signing Brandon Graham for defensive locker room stability to bring Chauncey back to the realm. I really do. I honestly, in my heart, think that we're bringing CJ back, but we need to set up Brandon Graham and to be there to keep things under wrap because we don't have any
the grandfatherly figure to keep
exactly.
everybody in line.
This isn't a podcast, Gray. You can't have a nice old man like Paul that absolutely brings it all together. Okay, this is football. A guy like that, I just can't see being any use.
It's my gut.
You got great talent all over defense. I don't know what a retired, washed-up player is going to do for you.
Before he tore his tricep, he was a monster on the field last year. And he's still in shape. Bring him back, see what he has. And he's basically he's a mentor in the locker room at worst. So I'm okay with that.
Coach on the field.
Coach on the field. But talking about the Dallas game in Washington, Randy, I love the way Dallas looks right now. Dallas is cooking on all cylinders, and Dallas is going to Dallas. It's just a matter of time. Something's going to happen. And you guys are going to implode. Jerry Jones is going to do something stupid. And I heard a comment last night and this morning, and it absolutely blew my mind that he is willing to give up 2, maybe 3 future first-round draft picks to pick up Max Crosby. And when I heard that, I just said, That is the most Dallas thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I don't know
Let's
if I really
have
buy it.
a 25-year-old Micah Parsons, and let's trade him. And
I don't know if
then
I buy that.
a month later, let's go out and get an older version of what we had.
2 months.
2 months. I apologize.
But I still don't know if I buy. I don't actually think they're going to do that.
We shall see. That's what I heard. But yeah, I think Dallas looked pretty well. I mean, let's be honest though. Daniels was hurt, didn't play 2 quarters. They didn't have 3 of their top 3 receivers. Like none of them played. So it's like you played against a practice squad. So like you want to say you ran up the score and you destroyed them. Okay, good job. You beat a practice squad team. Like, I don't know. Paul's going to be able to give more input, but I know there was a lot of injuries and I know Daniels didn't play a lot. So I'm not like, it's just like a tie. You want to take that tie as a moral victory, you know, take this win as a moral victory and put it in your belt and you guys will be good to go.
Definitely was not a tie.
The Green Bay game, you're like happy with that. I would
but
be
this
furious.
Was definitely not a tie.
No, it wasn't a tie.
Green Bay, who by the way is number 1 in the NFC right now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
I don't think they're number 1 in the NFC.
They are. They're
in
one loss. They're the only 1-loss team in the NFC right now.
What's their record, Randy?
I believe it's 4-1-1 because they had a bye week.
You're right. You're right. They are the only 1-loss team. They forgot about that. They had their bye already. I didn't think they had their bye.
They are sitting on top of the NFC right now.
Not scared of them at all.
Well, let's stop talking about the NFC North. Green Bay sucks. Let's get back into the NFC East podcast. Let's get down to Randy and see what those Cowboys did do this week.
Well, yeah, again, we talked about the Giants, the 3 of us together. it is sad.
I don't remember really talking about the Giants. I think everybody else did. I just sat here for it, but I appreciate it. I don't have much to add.
you had a few things. No, again, sad. I really do think they would be a lot more competitive if they had a kicker. It is, I mean, again, they're not far away from winning games. I don't believe, like you guys, I don't think long-term Jackson Dart and Scadaboo can keep it up. But as far as the Eagles game, again, yeah, it was one where your offense finally showed up to play football. You know, I don't know. I mean, again, I can't take away Denver's a good team. You know, you guys had an impressive win. I still think that you're going to have to, you know, we talked about that. Dallas, the only one I'm really going to talk about is Dallas, Washington. And again, yes, I mean, you know, I was thinking the same thing the whole game. Would this game be the same if on offense? On defense, for the most part, they had all their players. But on offense, they did not. Would the game? How would the game have looked?
We're actually missing our best player on defense. He tore his ACL last week. Dorrance Armstrong. He had 5.5 sacks in the first.
I forgot about him.
And Marshawn Lattimore is now confirmed to be burnt toast. He is now Josh Norman.
I would say, like, if you look at a trade, Jonathan Mingo is definitely a better pickup than Lattimore. But
like I said, I would put Jonathan Mingo in at cornerback before I put in Marshawn Lattimore right now.
No, it was fun to watch. Again, I would say, Greg, the difference between this Dallas Cowboys year and past is there is a lot of passion and heart in this play right now. You know, you look at George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, and it looks like they are out there having a blast. They are out there.
Not wait till the first time it goes bad, and they
listen.
You do know George Pickens' history.
It went bad last week. Okay, it went bad last week against Carolina. It went bad last week against Carolina. That doesn't mean
enough.
Again, Carolina now has 3 straight wins in a row. By the way, they're not a horrible team anymore. They're playing very different.
They're a terrible team. Play in the league.
They beat the Jets, buddy. The Jets.
And Bryce Young has a high ankle sprain, so they're back to being the Panthers.
Yeah, probably will. But no, I you know, it was exciting.
That was
football.
Easy to debunk your theory.
Listen,
I love it.
They're on a 3-game win streak. That doesn't happen all the time in the NFL. They're not a horrible team. But again, it was fun to watch. It was exciting football. The defense actually showed up. Again, I agree with you guys. It would have probably looked different had you guys had your starting receivers and your starting quarterback the whole game. I don't know if you guys would have matched us scoring wise. I saw a little chart I wanted to send you guys that I didn't, but it was showing all the teams in the NFL in a box. And the top left would be the one was a good offense or a bad defense.
Somebody already sent that out.
Did you guys see it? But Dallas is all the way in the corner where their defense is letting the most points in the league and their offense is scoring the most points in the league. But again, a couple of weeks like this, and I think you're going to see quite a change. Dallas is, Jadeveon Clowney's looking decent. Actually, Deron Bland's making plays. I don't think Diggs is going to be out long. I think there's a lot of talent on that defense. If they can get it together and start coming back, I feel like we could play with any team in the NFL, just like we tied the best team in the NFC a couple weeks ago. So that's my take.
So your theory is Green Bay is elite of elite in the NFC.
Right now they're ranked that way.
Right
now they're ranked that way.
Got it. Okay.
Randy, I'm disappointed you didn't talk about Jadeveon Clowney this week.
I just said Jadeveon Clowney. I just said he played real good. I don't even remember what all his stats were, but he was making a show and he was getting pressures. He was
5
looking good.
tackles, 1 sack, another quarterback hit, a fumble recovery, 2 pass deflections. He had a hell of a game.
Of stuff. He did. He was all over the field.
All over the place. Yep.
And look at what Parsons did this week, by the way.
Oh, is your Cowboy defensive tackle still better than Parsons? Is that what we're going with still?
All I'm saying is, for all of the hate we got for not re-signing Parsons, I feel like we're looking pretty shiny right now with 2 first-round picks coming through in the next couple of years and having a decent Kenny Clark and Jadeveon Clowney out of this whole thing that we probably wouldn't have had if we signed Parsons.
Like you've got the number 1 pick. If Green Bay is the number 1 team in the NFC, where are you
praising him? Praising them too much to get a 2nd round pick instead of a first.
It doesn't matter. We're going to
have all those picks are going to Crosby.
No, they're not. We're not taking Crosby. We're not taking Crosby. There's no way. Anyway, I've said my piece. Paul, go ahead.
I'm not a big fan of football. Tonight is the
what's the matter?
Opening night of NBA,
Clown.
and I couldn't be any more depressed. You mother clown at what?
Well, easy.
First time I've ever seen you speechless. You don't know what to
do. No, I'm doing my. No, it's my drive-through window voice, so I don't lose another point.
All right.
I deserve to get a point just for listening to freaking Randy's just meaningless stats and just stuff that got you stupid. So our team does suck. I think the Giants and the Redskins are both going to end up at 6 wins. We have an absolute gauntlet the rest of the season, catching every team when we don't need to be catching them, including coming up here, Kansas City with the healthiest KC team that they've had forever. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be just fine. I'm glad it wasn't something to the same leg he was before. Looking a little fragile out there, which is not fun. And we've turned the ball over more in the last 2 weeks than we have like the last 10 games combined before. So that kind of sucks. Including a pick 6. I mean, anytime you're giving away, not just a turnover, but literally turning it into points immediately. Marcus Mariota is not effective whatsoever. He was effective last year for half a game when he was in. He was effective in 1 game this year. The second game was awful, and this was just wretched. Absolutely wretched. I stopped watching after halftime and just kind of followed on the little ESPN Gamecast. We got nobody on our team left. I mean, everybody wants, you can always say oh, just see what we've got. No, I really don't want to do that. I'd rather just have some good players and play some good football. Jaden Daniels barely even knows the last name of his receiving core right now. We almost lost we lost shut up. We almost lost our 4th, our 4th string receiver, which is Christian McCaffrey's missing a chromosome little brother who almost literally took his own head off on a kick return. Yeah, I thought his head was going to pop off. That was ridiculous. But I mean, the receivers that are out there, they look okay. They're doing okay for rookies, but they're not making the plays that like a veteran or a star would. They're not making that extra effort isn't there, the extra intuition and things like that. And there's only so far that an aging Zach Ertz can take you. So I have no idea who in the world we're going to throw the ball to. And of course, we couldn't open the running game. The one thing that we thought we were going to be able to do was open the running game, and that was going to kind of counteract the fact that we had not much of a passing game. Well, when we couldn't open that up, we were immediately sunk, and there's nothing we could have done. Absolutely nothing we could have done.
When's Terry coming back? Scary Terry coming back.
I got no idea. Because he
I
seems
thought he
like
was going to play this week.
Exactly, and so did I. Debo was a late scratch as well. He's got a heel issue that's like it's hurt, but it's nothing that he's going to hurt more, but it's been aggravating. It's just one of those like I need a bye week kind of things.
Doesn't hurt so good.
Yeah.
Shut up, Greg.
Oh,
you're an idiot.
Shut up. You are an idiot. A giant idiot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And don't ever engage Juice again. Of course he's got a barbershop, and you will never need to go in there.
I know, right? I wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask. I wasn't sure like what kind of shop it was. I don't get over to that world very often, and like I see 45 messages, and I'm like, you know what? It's about time I jump over to the other side and start interacting, and I do. And I was genuinely curious. I apologize. I have not been over there recently.
Were you just assuming it was a bodega or like a dispensary or something? He was.
I didn't know what it was. That's why I asked him. I had no idea.
What's the right segue?
I don't think I've ever met Juice. That's why I asked. Never seen him. Never met him. That's why I asked. Genuinely interested. It's called
a fair question.
Back and forth, Paul. That's what you do with people instead of sitting in the corner being a grumpy old mean man.
I second that.
Okay,
Tell him, Paul.
I'm pretty grumpy. Pretty grumpy right now. Yeah, you all can shut up. You all can do a whole lot of things right now. If I could get like a 7 or 8 second pass, you guys would be crying right now.
Well, we'll give you a 7 or 8 minute pass. We'll take a halftime break here before
Paul,
we do.
The one thing,
ahead,
Paul,
Randy.
you never said anything about the Eagles-Denver game yet. You just said boo about it.
We didn't play Denver, by the way.
I didn't say boo about it.
Sorry.
What's wrong with
the
you?
Eagles. Who the heck did you play?
He's talking to his little kid.
Yes,
Vikings.
no, it was complete BS, but I'm just going to repeat the same stuff again.
BS.
This one was a little less BS than last time, but it's possible that maybe it's the Giants deserve to have the record you have, and you deserve to have the record the Giants have.
I second that.
That's possible. No, I'm kidding. You don't. But the Giants don't deserve that. You both deserve to be 2-4 or 2-5 or 2-7 is we're going to end up getting. It's going to be the same thing that happens in week 9. They're going to have the same score or same record again. I'm not going to say anything ever good again about the Giants going forward the rest of the year. I like Jackson Dart in college, but now he's dead to me. I like Dak Prescott at Mississippi State, and he's been dead to me. I like Cam Scatterboo, and I was pissed that, like Greg said, that he went there. He's going to be dead to all of us because he's going to be dead pretty soon. I don't hope that on him, but it's going to be self-inflicted. It's going to be called a suicide is what it's going to be.
Cam Scatterboo's career is not going to end because he gets hurt. It's going to end because he's not as good as everybody thinks he is right now. He's had so many games averaging under 4 yards a carry, and everybody's like, "This guy's awesome because he's
rams
fun.
his head into people.
Because
That's
he's
why they
fun
like him.
and he's got a great personality, but he's not that great. I mean, like honestly, like he's had like 4 games where he's averaging like 3.5. Like that's a below average. These are below average numbers.
No, I mean I'm waiting for it too. I wish he would be somebody like Kyle Juszczyk or something like that at San Francisco, used absolutely accordingly and having career longevity because of that. But instead, you gave Jason Kelce a football and called him a running back. And, he's just the life of every single party. And I'm surprised the commercials and all that haven't started coming.
He's actually not that big either. And that people don't realize that.
I think he's an absolute monster. I know he's not tall.
Yeah.
I know he's not tall.
Yeah.
But he was an absolute monster. If you look at him on the Arizona State, with the rest of his teammates, he is so much bigger. Yeah, he's not tall whatsoever. I'm not saying that at all.
The NFL is going to get tired of this skit.
Oh, he's going to get smacked.
Whatever
I think they're
you
both
want
going
to
to
call it.
They're both going to get smacked because the stuff that they do, like in the end zone, the NFL does not want to see two guys that look like that doing that to them. The rest of the NFL players aren't going to take that very nicely. And what Jackson Smith and Jigba did last night with his little dunk on the goalpost, somebody like Micah Parsons or one of these big defensive players is going to dunk right on one of those guys, and they're not going to get up.
I missed whatever JSN did. What did he do? Because people dunk over the goalpost all the time.
Well, no, they don't do it all the time because it's the one thing you get a flag for. It's a guaranteed flag.
Really?
Yeah, it's a prop.
What?
It's a prop.
I feel like that happens.
It does, and it happened last night. Did it right there, and they have perfect angles. If you have like the reverse angle of it, it's got the ref's like face, like right here, like right between his legs. But he did it right in front of the ref, and the ref threw the
calls
flag.
For a flag. I mean, if you're gonna drop your nuts on the ref's forehead while you're doing it, that calls for a double flag.
Yeah.
Flag, and immediately threw it for the touchdown. So I mean, he actually got the flag before they even called it a touchdown. It was great. It looked awesome. It was spur of the moment. Nobody cares, but no, you can't do that. But I mean, like, just an analogy. Somebody is literally going to dunk on these kids, both of them. You get a new running quarterback, like when Kyler Murray came out, and like these new shiny things that run around back there, and everybody thinks it's fun, and they got a smile on their face, and they showboat and show you up when they do something.
Some
just going to do it to the wrong person.
Jaden Daniels, this guy too.
Well,
some would consider Jalen Hurts this guy too.
Jalen Hurts has been doing this for years. Shut up.
Have I not been cautiously optimistic about crowning him anything?
You have.
I think he has. I mean, I want to see. I love to see what he could be.
Me and Steven were sitting in Atlantic City 4 years ago, and I was singing in this "Hurts So Good" song. Randy, it's been going on for a while. Welcome to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. On that dumb
shit. I didn't think we do dumb shit going into the half, but I guess we are.
It's time for that dumb shit.
Let's do it. Let's give Paul 7 minutes. We'll be back real soon.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
And welcome back to the second half. We got Paul his good 7 minutes of cursing in. We got Randy out of the Philadelphia sewers. And we're going to march on to week 8. Let's get into the matchups. We got yet another really good interdivision game coming up. Philadelphia at home, favored by 7, going against those Giants that we've been talking about a lot here tonight. We got Dallas favored by 3.5 at Denver. Did I get that right? You're favored by 3.5 at Denver?
No.
They're minus 3.5 at Denver.
That's favored.
Yeah, that's what I said. Favored by. Is that right, Greg? Did I write that down right?
I literally just looked at that yesterday.
Minus 3.5.
All right. There we go.
But I literally looked at that just the other day, and it was Dallas plus 1.5. So the line
now you're getting 3.5 because
Denver.
Vegas realizing that you stink.
It's actually more of a sign that everybody's betting Denver.
No. Well, no, Greg,
Dallas.
Greg just no. Gosh. You're wrong once again.
Randy's always right.
No,
let's move on to the Washington game.
It goes off of who people are betting.
10 points. Yeah, and Randy, you're if Greg's right here, I'm double checking this real quick, but
yes,
Greg is right. It's Cowboys plus 3.5. which means that everyone is betting Denver, you dummy.
Yes, which is the number one indicator, by the way, when everybody's betting a team that team's going to lose. By the way, it's like one of the most consistent. Look it up. It's one of the most consistent things when you see
your theories are awesome.
That's
dude.
not how that works.
Okay,
Vegas would
so
not exist.
now hold
That
on.
was-
Now you guys, Greg, you know about public betting going against the public. Vegas
Dude.
loves public betting, so Randy's kind of right on that point.
He
a
does
little
have
bit. But
a
I
little
don't
bit
think
of a
he
point.
understands at all what he's saying. I think
I
he's just
don't-
regurgitating something he heard somewhere.
I'm not regurgitating anything. I'm just saying the fact that the line's going in favor of Denver means everybody's betting on Denver right now, which means that because they're lowering the odds that you bet on Denver, you win. Okay, which is a
Randy,
really
side
good
note.
sign.
Side note, most of the big money won't come in until the day of the game.
Oh, I agree.
Because
And you do
that's when
regurgitate-
Randy
you
sniffs all his
regurgitate and you-
Oreo dust and then throws all his money on it.
You do regurgitate. You regurgitate, and then you chew it and you swallow it again, just like a cow. They chew their cud. That's what you do.
All right, I'm done interrupting. Go to
In
the
our
other
last
games.
game, we got Washington catching 10 at Kansas City. That's a big number. In our internal competition, we only have 3 categories left, so we're not going to spin the wheel tonight. We have longest field goal of the day. Single field goal will get a point. Rush yards, single player with the most rush yards in the division will get a point for that team. And team total interceptions, whichever team gets the most interceptions on the day will get a point this week. So that's our 3 matchups in our 3 internal competition things that we're going to root for. Paul, why don't you go ahead with some picks and some analysis on week 8?
Yeah, it's going to be freaking great. So we got 3 teams in this division that are absolutely hungry right now. And you got another team that can't get out of their own way because they trip and fall and hurt the guy next to them. It's unbelievable. So as far as
which
I'll
is
start
which?
with we're that one. The Giants are very hungry right now. They're pissed now after that loss. I know Jackson Dart is, and Brian Burns, 2 of those 2 players, and they're going to be the biggest impact players on the field for that team. The Eagles are fired up too because it was pretty embarrassing losing to them 2 weeks ago. That was an embarrassing fashion. The Cowboys are fired up because they did a thing. They think they did a thing, Everybody, like Greg said, they think they did a thing.
They did do a thing.
Yeah. And you got CD Lamb back, so they're all hungry. And I'm not saying that's not a bad thing to cheer about, but they got CD Lamb back. And I think we just lost another guy during the pod just because, well, he brushed his teeth wrong. So, I mean, we got nobody. We don't have our starting running back is gone. We're starting a rookie. We are starting 2 wide receivers that are rookies and a punt returner as a rookie. And then we have 49-year-old Zach Ertz. Our defense blows, and the other guy that was supposed to be good decided to pull a sub-zero fatality on his own kneecap and rip out his ACL. It's freaking ridiculous. So, but as far as the competition picks, I'm going to say longest field goal. I want to see how far we can get Brandon Aubrey to kick from, because I'm pretty sure that he can kick from 70. The weird thing is, and I heard this during the game, the one thing I heard, and of course I had to freaking listen to Tom Brady on top of everything that happened. Unreal. But one thing he did say, he was talking to Brandon Aubrey, which I really don't believe. I don't think at any point in time Tom Brady would ever agree to talk to Brandon Aubrey for even a second, even contractually obligated to. But he did say that Brandon Aubrey doesn't ever practice kicks longer than 55 ever, because he doesn't want to alter the way that he kicks. So I'm guessing that when he kicks 55-yarders, he's literally kicking the bejesus out of them, and they would have been good by 65, because he's saying all he does is 55 and he kicks the same way he does for 55, which if he can kick 55 that hard, that consistently, that's great. That means it's not going to be low, so it's going to get blocked, and it's going far enough every freaking time. So I think he's definitely going to get that point, for sure. as far as longest, like you said, rush yards, if we were doing what we were supposed to do and we could open the run game, I would have had Ja'Cory Costby Merritt having that on our team, the new law
Does he
firm.
get enough carries, or are you still splitting
Who's he splitting
it
with?
3 ways?
Nobody now.
He's getting the carries.
All right.
He's getting number one carries. Jeremy McNichols and Chris Rodriguez are just sprinkled in there. But I mean, he's getting at least 2 carries on every part of the series. What was the other category besides those two?
Interceptions, team total.
Interceptions, team total. That's a tough one. I really don't know. I think this one might be tied with at least 2 people. My prediction is at least 2 people have 1. I don't think anybody gets 2. I really don't see that there's an elite defense that's going to pick off a quarterback that much, unless we play Mariota again. Shoot, that could be it. Forget about that. I forgot that we could be doing that, but I guess our defense isn't going to be picking
Probably
off.
not going to
Pat
happen
Mahomes.
against Patty Mahomes.
No, it's not. No, probably not. I don't know. Geez, I'm not going to pick another for Dallas. And I'm not going to give Giants any credit for anything. I'm going to pick. I'm going to say that Brandon Graham, absolutely, just revitalizes one of these clowns I've never heard of in your secondary. One of the amazing
CJ's coming back.
Yeah,
not yet.
CJ.
They're going to sign him Saturday. He's going to have an INT on Sunday.
Yeah, the amazing whites. I think the amazing whites are going to be woken up by the presence in the locker room of Brandon Graham. So that'll be my pick.
Don't hate.
I hate that nickname. You want to talk about something I hate? I hate that nickname. I wish that would go away.
Guess who they just gave that nickname to? Repurposed it for the Giants.
Interesting.
They just repurposed. I heard it repurposed.
It's even worse.
Yeah, it's literally 2 frat guys out there, showing off. But I mean, at some point they're going to learn. Somebody's going to teach them. You don't go mouthing off like that to people who are bigger and better than you. Eventually, it's going to come back to you. I think that is going to happen this week. Actually, there's a little segue. I think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be a massacre. For whatever reason, these kids are still high on their Zen packs and all that other stuff that they're taking. They're not snorting the smelling salts. They just got them lodged right there in a fat wad on their lip.
Speaking of Zen, what do you got, Randy? You got a Zen in yourself, little pouch. You packing heater?
I always pack heat.
That is not what she said. I do think the Eagles are going to win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout though. No. I picked blowout losses for the Giants 2 weeks in a row, and against. You all right?
Yeah.
Against.
I think he might be having a heart attack. Is somebody breathing heavy? What is happening?
It sounded like a cross between Darth Vader and one of those polar bears from the Coca-Cola commercials. When they go,
can we talk about football and not my breathing habits? Good Lord.
It's him. Somebody
Randy.
needs to talk about your breathing habits.
Love you, Randy.
Oh my
What's
goodness.
going on?
How do you have?
This is an NFL podcast, not a podcast about health and breathing habits.
Well, then
let's
move
on.
Get your walking.
You're the one practicing your yoga.
Just because you have nothing to look forward to with your football team doesn't mean you can criticize my breathing.
I absolutely
habits,
right now have nothing to look forward to. I looked at our schedule and I was like, we have the Dolphins, and then I wouldn't favor us in a single game.
I don't know why this is a surprise. You guys have less talent than the Giants as a team.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't name one guy on your defense except for the guy that you think is like the worst player in the world.
Bobby Wagner? He's still playing like Bobby Wagner.
Tua.
Oh, him?
What's
awful.
your linebacker?
Yeah. He's the only guy I know on your defense
Frankie
that has
Louva.
any name
Frankie
value.
Louva.
Yeah, all right.
Frankie Louva is
the only
awesome.
reason why I know him is because he ran across the line against the Eagles like 15 times.
5.
Well, we got tired of that play.
5 too many.
Deron Payne is still really good. He's our last Alabama guy that's still there. He's doing still pretty darn good. There's a couple of guys up there.
Really hard. Your team's devoid of talent. And you're like, I can't believe they're not good.
Nope. I think they're pretty good. Everybody else agrees that they're pretty good on paper. I mean, we got better on offense for sure. Hey, I
Snuck
love it.
on
And
swell.
people want to come play for us. I mean, he ain't squat this year. He's washed up, but Von Miller
Who
came.
wanted to come play for you? Debo?
Debo. I think
Debo and
Debo would have played
Von
for
Miller
anywhere.
signed Von Miller.
Von Miller's like 40.
How's he doing
just
this
said
year, by
he's
the way?
washed and all that, but people are wanting
he's
to
younger
come
than Brandon Graham. He's younger than Brandon Graham is, and you guys are all praising his locker room presence.
Yeah, well, so was Sister Jean from Loyola Chicago, but that doesn't matter.
Wow.
Hey,
Sister
host,
Jean
shut the hell up. How about that?
You will
Shut
not
up.
use Sister Jean's name in vain.
Scraps. I mean, you are just sending. That's bad.
Let's get Randy's picks.
I love
Let's go
Sister
ahead and
Jean.
get over to him.
Love me some Sister Jean.
Well, longest field goal.
I
I'm
didn't even talk
obviously
about the
take
Cowboys game. The Cowboys game.
All
Who
right.
are you playing?
Well,
Get it
you've
up.
been
Fill in the
rambling for
Denver.
15 minutes, and the
Denver.
second half is
Because you're
supposed to be
being an
short.
idiot.
I thought I was
being an
listening to
idiot.
another best man speech.
Oh, that was the best speech.
Oh,
My
that
best
was
man
good.
speech was
No
on-
one laughed at that joke. Come on,
I'm cracking up.
producer,
Stop.
somebody else. All right, good.
Best man speech. Jesus. What was that mean?
Randy out.
That I'm just talking about how much I love
way
my
over
team.
my head.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I got no comment on that. Cowboys lose. Done.
Get in there, Randy.
All right. Well, that was pathetic. I'm going to take Brandon Aubrey.
Just like your breathing habits.
I'm going to take Brandon Aubrey for the longest field goal. I'm going to take Jamal Williams for rushing. I actually think that is a good pick. The only person I think could possibly give them any competition is maybe
You are dumber than a
Jackson
bag
Dart.
of hammers. It's
the
Javonte
only problem is
Williams.
Jamal Williams hasn't played in the NFL for a couple of years.
Javonte. I'm also going to take my main man, Deron Bland, for picks. I think he's back. He's looking good. For the games, the Eagles, Giants, I think that is going to be a very competitive game. Greg, I think the Giants are playing good. I disagree with Paul when he says you guys are playing hungry. I'm sure you're pissed. I just don't think you guys have the drive to compete right now, and I think the Giants are going to beat you. Paul, I think that Kansas City is going to mop the floor with you. I think Dallas comes out with a win. I think they put up a lot of points. I think
producer, check your
why?
phone. Shut up. Continue.
I think Dallas comes out with a lot of points. Denver will score a bunch at the end, but I think Dallas squeaks out a win.
Wow. So Randy's saying Bo Nix is going to start throwing interceptions, and the Giants are going to win. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right. Longest field goal.
Last week, the Giants were making the playoffs. Let's just remind you of the quote of the week.
Okay. You're right.
They should be.
Randy. You did get one thing right. Aubrey will kick the longest field goal. He's in Denver, Mile High Stadium.
Oh, this might be the 70-yarder.
It's going to be
I've been waiting
67. They might try a 70-yarder just so he can do it. Interceptions. I am going to take the Eagles. I think we're going to have 2 INTs this weekend. We're pissed. We got embarrassed on national TV 2 weeks ago, and now they're coming down I-95 to Philadelphia. We got our inspirational leader back in our locker room. We are ready to play, and I think we put belt to bottom, and we take care of business. I'm going to take the Birds minus 7.5. I'm going to take Denver minus 3.5. However, I think Denver only wins by like 5 or 6. I think it's a closer game. And then I'm going to take Kansas City minus 10.5. I think Washington is hurt right now, and I don't know who's going to play. So rushing yards, I'm going to take Mr. Barkley on a revenge game from 2 weeks ago where the Eagles looked flat. He looked flat, and he's pissed. And we're ready to roll, boys. Get ready to jump on that train because it's about to take off. And don't tell me I didn't tell you so, because it's about to go. All right? Choo-choo. Here we go, Mike.
On that
You
note,
told
I
us
think
so, but
I think I need 10 seconds real quick. I think I'm going to be allotted 10 seconds. First of all, I'm going to say...
Whoa!
listen, clown.
Poor Steve.
You are a
I love
clown
Mike.
for the rest of the year now.
Wow, we got a lot of editing to do tonight, producer.
Yeah, Steve, if you could just make that go like we had 10 bleep, and something like that, that would probably work. Good Lord. Mike, you got any dumb shit here?
Oh man, I had something and now I don't even remember what it was.
You're welcome.
Oh, Paul. You need a friend. You need a
All right,
hug,
hold
buddy.
on. We'll wrap it
I
together.
do need a
here
hug. I
somehow.
guarantee you I need a hug. I do need a hug. Absolutely.
I'll give you one.
I bet you give warm hugs like Olaf does. I believe it. You probably do give good hugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steven's face says it all. Wow.
That was our dumb shit that will not get aired this week, but it was I can promise you we ended on dumb shit, as is our thing with this NFC OGs podcast. And we're going to be back next week with even more of it, hopefully. So thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week. Looking forward to week 9.
Go Birds!
How about them Cowboys?
Shut up.
Boom, boom, boom.